Hello, my name is Aleksandra Vasileva. I'm a student of St. Petersburg State University of Film and Television, and you're watching Student Questions. How did you start your first steps in your consumer technologies?
Well, it sort of dates back to my engineering school, because my initial days I studied electronics and communication, because it's a lot about learning a lot about digital communication, cryptography, applied in different consumer products, consumer services. Then I came to France from India to study more about cybersecurity, because nowadays it's inbuilt in a lot of consumer products and services. So that was the second step, and then I started to do internship on Android firmware, then went on to make a lot of mobile applications for Android. Then now I'm working more on IoT-based products and services. So that's been quite a lot journey in consumer technology, from like electronics and communication to what I do right now.
Do you remember, did you have some fears when you started?
Not really. For me, it was always an exciting journey, because in my family, I come from like a wide range of engineers. So they were there to help me and give me the confidence to go forward with different aspects of solving challenges, because that's where engineers are doing.
Okay, but do you have some professional difficulties or challenges?
Oh yeah, there are many actually. So when I started working on IoT, it was more on 2011, 2012. So at that time, it was not very mainstream like today. So I had a difficulty to convince a lot of businesses as well as consumers that it will actually bring some value to your daily lives or to your industry, even to the governments, because at that time they were not knowing whether it could serve some purpose in the social life or economic aspects of the country, or it can help doing some e-governance, all that stuff. So nowadays I think people are more receptive about adoption of these technologies. Yeah.
How people could use the results of your research?
So I do a lot of research on different aspects, but I can give you one example on healthcare. So I'll talk about this tomorrow on my keynote as well. So what I'm trying to do here is to find ways to recognize the activities of human beings, and then give them aspects whether if like, sometimes in a very fast-paced life, when our bodies are giving some signs that it would lead to some health conditions like fever or cold, we tend to ignore them, or we are not having enough sleep, because I travel quite a lot. So using different wearable devices and IoT, it can tell you if you're not sleeping enough, or if you are having certain types of conditions in your body that could lead to fever or these kind of things. So if you have this type of messages in your digital platform, so you can react faster. So you know what's going to happen, so probably you can take an appointment to the doctor saying, okay, I'm having these type of conditions, what type of medicines or what can I do to improve my health. So that's one direct impact on your health actually. Yeah.
So if I want to work in your industry and I want to go to a most perspective area, so where I want to go, where I need to go?
Yeah, so working more or less, if you want to work on IoT as a whole or any of its verticals like healthcare, cybersecurity, so I would say the first thing you need to do is to have some sort of background in software engineering, because that's nowadays software is eating every aspect of our industry, our daily lives, even in cars and all. So I would definitely say learn to code in any of your favorite language, right? And then you'd have to have some sort of idea about how to approach a problem, because some of the problems that we are seeing, so it's like quite new in terms of different things that have not been dealt before. So you have to have a really open mind to see the problem from a different perspective, and then also work in an internationalized environment, because different cultures around the world, they have different positive things. So when you are working in a diverse team, So everybody can pull in their innovative aspects. They have a different way of thinking. So you have to go around with, go along with that type of team. So that helps you innovate faster, in a better sense, and all that. So I think these are 2-3 very important traits for you if you want to work in this type of challenging environment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And if I want to work there, which is really important skills I need to have?
So in terms of academic skills, I would say software engineering is definitely one thing, and interpersonal skills are also equally important. So you have to be very, very strong in communication. Mm-hmm. So I have seen in my 6-7 years of working that sometimes due to lack of communication, important points are lost. Like let's say you and I had a conversation, but I forgot to tell it to my other teammates. So when they come to talk to you, so you have to probably tell them the same thing again. So it's a waste of time, right? So it's communication is a very key thing. Then secondly, it's also very important to be working in a team. So you have to work on your own as well as you have to be a part of teams. Sometimes it's not only in one place; they are in different places. Like big companies have their teams throughout the world. So you have to know how to be part of a team, solve something together, and then critical thinking when you approach new problems. So you have to have really open mind to approach and solve the problem. So these are some of the areas that you have to work on if you are going to work in this type of areas. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the last question, what is your favorite part in your work?
One of the favorite part is that I get to solve some challenges that would have impact on our lives. Mm-hmm. So for example, with healthcare, so if this project is really successful, so a lot of people could actually see the benefit in a very short term, that it's improving certain aspects of their health, allowing them to engage really in active and healthy aging when we move forward. So this is definitely one exciting area, I would say, about the work I do.